Welcome back, everybody. Well, I'm back on the beach. Decided to come down there and spend a night and relax in the bus boondocking. And, you know, as I was sitting there listening to the waves crash in, I thought, you know, y'all didn't get to see the beginning. Y'all didn't get to see my build. Y'all seen lots of upgrades and other things I'm doing and neat tricks and how-tos, but you didn't see the beginning. Well, I commissioned a longtime van dweller and rig builder, Howie. Some of you may have heard of him, some not. I'm going to leave a link to his channel right here. Y'all go check that out. And I commissioned him to do my build since I was working way too many hours and way too long on a contract. We got together over a year's time and planned everything out, and then we met up and he got it done. And I'll tell you what, after a year and a half, I mean, it's still one jam up automobile living quarter son of a gun. So y'all check out this clip of my build. This is how it went down.
So if I missed anything today or I didn't go over anything clearly, there was a series of videos up until this point today, and in the description and comments I'll leave a link to a playlist where you can check that out. I'll also put a link in the description for every component I show you in here. That way you all can check out the link if y'all have any questions about a product or want to just check it out or see a price on it or purchase it. And right now let me just turn the camera around and I'll give you a thorough walkthrough. Pretty much the only thing I've done on the outside is any protrusions. Like I did put the hot water heater part cable, 30 amp marine hookup inlet for your 30 amp, an outside shower with the quick connect. This is a city water and your water tank fill up. So yeah, that's all I did pretty much on this side. And right here we have the LP line just sticking out. Now I had a tank hooked to it so I could check everything, but pretty much this is just a tree going back probably about 15-20 feet with a few T's going off of it, one going that way into the hot water tank and the other one's coming down to the heater. I'll explain a little more about this heater. This was a used heater. I think it's a 30,000 BTU Atwood, but I had to kind of modify it to go in here. And the refrigerator, this is the back of the refrigerator, and the vents. Now the refrigerator actually comes to here, and so there's like a pocket up here for hot air to accumulate. So I did put a fan, a 4-inch fan on both sides, one facing in, one facing out. So that should pull the heat right out of there. And I don't see how on the outside how I frame my windows. And if you look back in the videos, rubber coated the whole windows except for where the windows were to be framed out. Let's walk in here. The front of the bus here is another thing of David's project. I just start from here on. I think he's gonna do aluminum diamond plate down there and he'd make a mud room here with some curtains, which would be pretty cool. But all right, so real thorough. This is the finished product. You'll see I'm not doing any painting. But David's already in here caulking and doing some wood putty in all the nail holes, so he needs to sand that. But let's start on this side where I did a power antenna for the TV, and that's a 12 volt for a TV. He's going to mount his TV right here, and he's got also some USB 12 volt and a regular cigarette lighter. And the 110 outlets, there's 3 of them in this room. I put up one up high for his TV, which will be a 12 volt and a 110 and or, but that only runs when it's plugged into 30 amp, obviously. Let's see the balances, but I did the pocket lights with the pleather, and this was some material that I had been traveling with for years that I've been meaning to make some bumpers where I was hitting my head in my van, but I think it looked all right. What do y'all think? All right, keep moving along. I did a video and showed clearly how this whole cabinet underneath was accessible. The plumbing's all under there. The water pump is all pretty much hidden behind these cabinets here. Even the water tank's right here. And we do have a LP carbon monoxide detector right there. This sink is really nice. I need 2 hands to actually take that out, but there's also a what do you call, like a dish strainer in there. And this was my first pretty much attempt to do cabinet doors and stuff, so that's what I come up with. Right here we have a water counter, and that after you program it to how many gallons of water that you have in your tank, it'll pretty much tell you to the nearest gallon how much water you have left. So that's pretty sweet. And this is the on and off switch for the water pump. Let's see, the tub, shower, all LED lights in here. He needs to get a hook for his shower head. That's why it's just laying in there. And this side, it's gonna look so nice when it gets painted. I think he's gonna do 2-tone, like a lighter on the wall tan and a darker tan. I think that's what he's talking about. That should look sweet. That's the hot water heater. And eventually he's gonna do shelves and stuff like that in there. But I'm gonna go back to the front and work my way back again on this side and explain this side clearly. I explained this other side with the plumbing in a previous video pretty clearly, but this side has all the plumbing, this side has all the electric. My last video I did was all about the power center, but behind this cabinets is the heater, and I had to, in order to make that heater work, there was probably about 10 inches that I had to make a metal duct, so I just kind of made something and screwed it together with some sheet metal and angle iron and pulled it out to there and put that grate on it. So when you turn on your heater, it's a 3000 BTU. It should heat this thing pretty good. 2-burner stove top with a flat top. Leaves more counter space. I think he's going to do a convection oven microwave here. I did leave a dedicated power source in the cabinet there for that, so it's on its own breaker. If y'all didn't check out the power center video, that's really worth watching if you're ever wiring a van or anything like that, to check that thing out. The refrigerator, this thing was I thought it was garbage when he got it. I had to put some new parts on it. The hinges there to spring back. The whole frame of this was all cracked and broken around the edges, and I had to pretty much glue it back together, clamp it together, and I put the same leather, pleather, vinyl that I used on the valances on there, so I think that looks pretty cool. Soft closing hinges. The max air vent, I should have that on right now. It's like stifling hot in here. It might be too noisy. So yeah, this refrigerator is a 3-way. It was salvaged. I cleaned it up. It seems to work good. So show y'all what's behind here. You'll see the heater and the power center and how I just framed around everything. And you'll see that in a previous video if you want to check that out about this side. Let's see the solar, this system here I have put together, and this is the 5th installation I've done with the same system already. Let's jump back here and I'll show it to you. Same one I have in my van. I've installed it for 4 or 5 other people, the same batteries. That's a Prever Tracer MPPT, and that's a 30 amp, and that's a Windy Nation 1500 watt inverter. I don't like to go too big on the inverters, they start sucking a lot of power, but that inverter right now has just got a dedicated outlet with a remote switch right here. So that just powered that switch up. So also you can plug into the inverter as well, but I wanted to run a dedicated line to that. And this is the remote to the solar, obviously. This room here is for the shitter. I think he's going to do shelves or something, or a pocket slide out pantry. But I left a 12 volt down there for his compost toilet. It needs a 12 volt fan. Compost toilet requires, or the Nature's Head that he's looking at requires a 12 volt source for the fan. But it's going to be compost. So altogether that is 2 125 amp hour batteries. So that's 250 amp hours he has now. There's room in here for about probably 4 more batteries. And on the roof, that is 2 150 watt solar panels, the Renogy's, and he has room for probably 2 more. So after he expands, he'll have plenty of power. Probably does now for what he might use it for. I did put a dedicated switch to turn all the 12 volt off. Moving along, I think that's it other than the air condition. I did a whole video about the install of this air condition and how I dropped it in the floor, and that is a Pioneer 12,000 BTU with a remote, and it's a pretty nice unit, pretty quiet. You should check that video out actually. So yeah, this was 90 days up in here.
I hope y'all enjoyed that video. Thank you for coming back. Check out the links in the description for all the products that was used during the build and afterwards. There's plenty of stuff down there for you. And check out Howie Roll's channel. Give him the credit he deserves, because without Howie Roll, Free Range Nomad would be the No Range Nomads. But y'all keep coming back, keep watching. This is the Free Range Nomad, and you never know what's going to happen next. See ya.